Alright, today we are going to be working on something that we've been working on all week. Can we all make sure that we are muted, or else I will mute you. I have the power of muting, so beware. I am going to be talking about Morcato today. Angry music time, right? Let me share this window. I want to share with you. Now it's working. Here we go. Morcato, angry music time. Misnomer. It's not always used to accent. It's not always used to express anger in music, but it's most commonly, and sometimes people just kind of equate it to doing that. So, Morcato. How do we make it, and what helps us make different bow strokes in general? So let's think of our bow hand real quick. Weight, speed, and placement. Weight. How much of your arm is sinking into the string? How much speed are you using? Fast or slow? And placement. Where on the string are you playing? Are you playing near the fingerboard? Are you playing in the middle? Are you playing at the bridge? Are you playing at the frog? Are you playing in the middle of your bow? Are you playing at the tip? These are the things that I think about when I'm using placements. String and bow placement. Okay? These three things, weight, speed, and placement, are what is going to help us understand how we make other bow strokes, and most importantly, how we make Morcato. So keep that going in your mind. Here's a quick review of some single strokes that you might be familiar with. Legato. So, legato is a long, sustained sound. It's smooth and it's connected. That's not me. So, it's smooth and connected. It is going to use a consistent amount of weight and a consistent amount of speed to make a nice, smooth tone. If you look at the image to the right of the screen, it's going to say, example, a line. That's what we want our legato to sound like. Very smooth, very connected. Each note after. You don't want there to be a lot of space in between those two notes. I mean, between legato notes, because it's supposed to sound smooth. Placement is anywhere but really close to the bridge, because you're going to get a really crunchy sound and you're going to have too much resistance from the string to make it sound really smooth. Martelé. Nice. So, martelé. Oops. It's more weight in the front of the note, and it's faster in the front, because you're kind of breaking the resistance of the string, and then towards the end you're allowing your bow to slow down a little bit, and you're allowing the weight to fall out. So we can just call that motion a trail off. So if you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see a triangle just like that. Think of the triangle as being the width of it being the weight, and you could say that the speed is also wrapped up in that width. A lot of speed, less, less. Okay? It's like a flag. It trails off towards the end. Placement, anywhere but close to the bridge or over the fingerboard. So, what I wrote on the screen is pretty much right, but I'm just going to say it in a different way that makes a little bit more sense and it's more human, right? You can't be super close to the fingerboard, and you can't be super duper close to the bridge. If you're super duper close to the bridge, you're gonna get an effect. You're not gonna get martelé, sorry. Martelé can be closer to the bridge than legato, because it's not gonna sound as and honestly, if you get a sound, that's actually gonna assist in certain parts. If you're playing like really late romantic to modern stuff, you know, probably you'll end up playing martelé up there at one point at a time. So it's good to just keep martelé to the lower half of your string to about a couple centimeters past the center point. Alright. That's for you to find out on your cello. We're not going to spend too much time on it. Next step. Why are we talking about these two strokes? Okay? The next step is to really think about that. Why are we talking about legato and martelé? We already did this. This has nothing to do with Morcato. Or does it? Hey, gotcha there. Legato and martelé join forces to create Morcato. Excellent, right? So, why is this the case? What does it take from legato and what does it take from martelé? Well, let's find out together. Marcato is a bold, full sound and it's brass-like. It has a definite end to the note and it also has a definite start to the note. Mr. Boggs, is there anything important that I'm missing in the chat? Alright, right on. And think of a brick, right? A brick has a definite start and a brick has a definite end to the note. The weight is a little bit more. Think of, when you're starting a marcato, think of starting a martelé, but then allow that weight to be consistent throughout the entire stroke. The speed is consistent, just like in legato, and the placement is, you can actually play it anywhere but over the fingerboard, okay? I wouldn't get too close to the fingerboard, so I would say about a half an inch under the fingerboard is probably a no-go. Well, not preferred, I would say. Not preferred to play a half an inch within the fingerboard. You can get real close. You can get much closer to the bridge with marcato because the stroke is just slower. You're acting off of the resistance of the string to make sure you're getting a good speaking tone from it. So that's why you can play a little bit closer to the bridge. All those other strokes are not necessarily relying on the resistance. So anything that you're doing that is a slow, large sound, you're probably going to make sure you're gonna want to get close to that bridge. But something I want to make sure that I know I just said large. I like to say the word large instead of loud because large implies that it's a full sound, it's bold, right? Large is not loud because loud can be, it's just a dynamic. It's not a physical characteristic of the note, okay? Marcato is a color, not a dynamic, okay? Can someone, I'm going to take 2 seconds just to ask this question. Can someone tell me the difference between a color and a dynamic? You can literally type in the chat like one is blank 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 and another is blank blank blank. Give me time to type. Dude. Oh, okay. I need to get that. Oh yeah, okay. So just so we can all know, dynamics are dynamics. They're loud and soft. Color is different feels of notes, right? Legato, staccato, all those different types of accents and different types of close placements and vibrato and viving. Yeah, they're colors. They're the flavor to your pizza. So let's do this. We all know how to do marcato now intellectually. Let's put it to the test. We're gonna do the wiggle weight challenge, okay? Have more people in class. All right. Remember, so I can see, tilt it down so I can see your bridge in your bow hand. Tilt your camera down. If I can't see your bow hand, you need to tilt it down a little bit more. Right on. There you go. Awesome sauce. So, first step of the wiggle weight challenge, you're going to bring your arm out and you're going to set it on a string that you feel comfortable on. I'm going to set it on my A because I have, you're not going to hit other things when you play an A. So, I'm going to allow my weight to sink into the string a little bit more. And I'm trying to think if I'm going to do a martelé, but this time I'm not going to move my hand yet. I'm just going to allow the weight to sink into the string. Now, I'm going to move my hand in a wiggle fashion, like forwards and backwards, like I'm trying to bow, but I'm not going to I'm going to keep the weight in so that the bow doesn't move and the string just moves with my bow. Okay? Let me get closer to the camera so you can see what's this, Alright, that's my transition music. You like it? Check this out. I know. You can see it a little bit. See how my bow is able to wiggle and the string wiggles with it? Let me get close one more time. Sir, enlarge. Enhance. Enhance. Yeah. It's not as good as before. But see how it's just wiggling the string without making a sound? That's the connection I'm talking about. So when you get to that point of supreme wiggle, I like to call it. That's a dumb name for something that's, it's just called connection. Okay? When you have your connection with your string, we're going to do a draw. We're going to draw the bow slowly and get to the midpoint, okay? This stroke is going to remain on the string when it's done, because that's how you're going to get the definite end to the note, okay? So let's do this together. Bow on the string. Start your wiggle. Get your connection. I'm going to count down. I'm going to count up. Well, I'm just going to count you off and then say draw. 1, 2, draw. Nice. Remember, we're playing slowly so we can get to the half point of the bow. So let's do it one more time from the frog. Arm to the string. Relax. Make your connection. Make your wiggle. Your wiggle. Nice. 1, 2, draw. Excellent. Now we're going to wiggle up here. It's going to be a little bit harder. It's okay. 1, 2, draw. Nice. We were going to go back to the frog, but if you went all the way to if you did this, then hats off to you. And if you're able to keep a connection all the way towards the tip of the bow, pats on back. Pats on back.